What's up, YouTube? It's August 27th, 2026, and this is a trade recap on how I lost $400 on NQ today and got railed. So let's get into it. So this is the trade executions. We go in the 1 minute. This one was like an accident. I lost like $1 on that, but pretty much coming into market open, I saw we had this daily for value gap right here. Then 4-hour structure, we had this 4-hour intermediate low right there. Then on the hourly, we had this 1-hour intermediate low. Let me just go to the drawings. This is a 1-hour intermediate low before. We sweep that. And then, where was this? Yeah, we sweep this low. And then, displace lower, we create an SMT right over here. So, created SMT at the lows. And what I saw was all of this low resistance liquidity up here. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4 swing highs, and this last swing high was London highs too. And in addition to this, we had just invalidated this 15-minute fair value gap over here, which was an intermediate high. We had just invalidated that right at 9:45, I think. Yeah, 9:45. We invalidated that 15-minute for value gap, and we were left with 1, 2, 3, 4 highs, right? So really nice low resistance liquidity. And from there, what I saw was we had this 5-minute IFVG. So let me just delete that. We had this 5-minute for value gap right here, which is kind of my condition, because if we were to respect this 5-minute gap and displace lower, I would have taken shorts to the 4-hour intermediate low, even though it was SMT'd, just because if this 5-minute was holding against an SMT off of a 4-hour and a 1-hour intermediate low, then with low resistance liquidity above, then clearly the bias was bearish at that point. It was either that or we inverse the 5-minute, which is what happened right here, and then I catch longs. So we inverse the 5-minute, and this was like EQ, this blue line. Let me hit that. This blue line was EQ of this internal like range, which was the F1 range, which is pretty much just 930 high to, or New York sessions high to New York session low, and marking the EQ from there. And what we were doing, we were displacing through this and got a really strong close above it with the generated liquidity above. So what I ended up doing was I just set a limit, forget where it was, just for a 1-to-1. I think it was, yeah, around here. And I had my stop right at the, like, around the body over here, and my TP at the London high. And the whole idea behind why I put my stop loss over here instead of the swing low is because if we were to come here, then it's more than likely that we're going to take out all these low resistance lows right here too, which for some reason didn't happen over here, and we like ended up reversing to my break even and then just shit the bed again. But we're probably just going to chop for the rest of the session. If you look at the 5-minute time frame, just really shit structure right now. So yeah, probably just going to chop. But overall, I don't even think this is a bad trade. I do believe this is a pretty good trade. We got that 5-minute IFVG with the 1-hour intermediate low, SMT, a bunch of low resistance liquidity, really strong closure too. So the only negatives to this trade is it was a 5-minute IFVG, and they don't really be playing out as often, I realized. Pretty low probability IFVGs, to be honest. And also, where is it? ES. had just taken out a 30-minute intermediate high, which this is a 30-minute intermediate high at the time. So we had just taken that out, which is unfortunate. That's like the only bad thing I really see about this trade. We had true manipulation at the time. ES was in the 4-hour intermediate low, or swept the 4-hour intermediate low, and NQ had swept the 1-hour intermediate low at the time. So overall, I don't even think this is a bad trade. I'd say like B plus. Just unfortunate trade. But yeah, so down $403 on the day, and on my 25K, I've taken 3 trades so far, 3 losses, pretty bad. Haven't won a single trade on this, but we're down $700 on the account, or like 683. So yeah, that's it for trade recap, and I'll see you guys in the next video.